This man joined us when we were in the jaws of it all, and the days were not as optimistic as they are now. He's the ukactive Chief Executive, Huw Edwards. Huw, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're well.
Huw. We are very well, Huw. Thank you so much for joining us. How ready are we for this moment, Huw? It's been a bit of time in coming, hasn't it?
Well, it's great to hear that Simon's going to be in the gym this afternoon. I was down the gym at 6:15 this morning, and it was pretty full, and it's great to see. There's a great deal of positivity out there amongst the operators, and they're getting customers in the millions coming back already, which is fantastic news. So there's a great deal of positivity, excitement, relief, as you mentioned, but there remain some big challenges. We lost probably 400 facilities in the lockdown, and you know, that's 400 communities without facilities which they depend on. So there's a lot of work still to do.
And of those 400, Huw, I mean, how many are lost for good?
Well, there's quite a few which are closed, we're unknown in terms of where the local authorities are in terms of public leisure, but there's a lot of smaller independent facilities which have closed, and that's a great tragedy. And one of the things that we need to learn as a country right now, we're going to be working very closely with government, is how we put these facilities, which are very much the engine room of activity in this country, millions of people using these facilities, and we'll start to do that again over the coming weeks.
There's a real opportunity now, though, isn't there? There's a real opportunity now. I mean, a big part of mine, Duncan Ballantyne, I know, has had a bid on his business, 250 million quid, which he's mulling over whilst laying around in Miami. But also the opportunity for gyms that have survived to push forward to be at the front of mental well-being and physical well-being is a real opportunity there as well, isn't there?
100%, Simon. I think it's, especially the mental health piece, I think we've had a really challenging period the last few months, all of us, around, you know, being locked down at the depths of winter, and some real challenges both through people's physical health and mental health especially. And you could see today in the gym down in Tooting in South London where I live there's a huge amount of positivity and energy coming back, that people are just about to get back into their rhythm, and their physical activity has such an important benefit to their mental well-being, and hopefully over the coming weeks we can get more and more of our facilities open. But let's put it at the heart of the national renewal now. This has been a health crisis, and so the answer ultimately is in the health of the nation.
Yeah. Ironically, now that hairdressers are open, so I think it was one woman in Sky News was saying you can't get an appointment for about 6 weeks. This is what happens, isn't it? It's a feast or a famine.
It is, and you know, we're going to go forward, and there's a great deal of, you know, the guys have worked really hard, the operators, to make sure that they can get as many people as they can in. And obviously, we're still working, you know, in COVID-secure facilities, which are socially distanced, and that will continue for the next few months, especially. But, you know, there will be a great deal of demand all year round for these facilities, and let's make sure they give them the necessary support. We know that we need to get some more financial support from government as well to ensure that they can survive this period and then come out really strongly and kick on beyond where they were as, you know, as being an integral role. They can play so much more of a role.
I was going to ask you about that. I'm taking my newborn son this afternoon to one for his first swimming lesson. But the facilities and the environment, because a lot of people, you know, we've been psychosomatically scarred by the terror of COVID, and people are going to be frightened and reticent. But the gym environments are very well managed, aren't they?
They are, Simon, and you know, the operators done a huge amount to provide that level of reassurance for both the customers and the workforce as well. And you know, there's a lot of things which will probably stay in terms of some of the new standards, you know, around hygiene, sanitization, safety, you know, the quality of the workforce who are there to support the customers when you go this afternoon and go with your family is going to be really important. And you know, so it's a hugely, you know, all the numbers that we've had, 75 million visits up to the second lockdown, was showing that these were COVID secure facilities, and good consumer confidence polling as well, saying that at least 90% of members will come back at the same level, if not more. So fingers crossed for that.
Huw, I know you challenged the government a lot on this matter, didn't you? You constantly were on their case. Is this the earliest that this could have happened?
Yeah, and actually credit to the government. They worked really closely with us in that period of time, and this is the earliest that we could get with indoor, you know, non-essential retail reopening, indoor facilities effectively open. We've got, you know, some milestones ahead. You know, there was frustration that group exercise wasn't able to open today, and that will open on the 17th of May. But that's going to be a key milestone, especially, you know, 75% of people who do, you know, group exercise are female, and that's really important in terms of the quality of opportunity when it comes to exercise. And it goes back to what these facilities are. It's about the physical health as well, but it's about mental and social as well.
Sure.
Providing a really important dynamic for people irrespective of age or background.
So Huw, Simon's going swimming. Danny will go for a head polish. I'll take this pulling it back. In actual fact, I've been told you're a big Liverpool fan, but from a different era, and I'm going to embarrass him now, a big Danny Murphy fan.
Massive. He scored 3 winners at Old Trafford, so ultimate hero for me.
Thank you very much. Yes, and never ever gets tired of talking about those days.
So disappointing.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
Huw, well done, mate.
Same.
Thank you so much, Huw Edwards, UK Active Chief Executive.